All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to MLE Freestyle Friday. My name is Hunted. With me is Sniper Gus. Sniper, nice to have you back, sir. How you feeling?
I'm doing pretty good. It's been a nice long week, and I can't think of a better way to start the weekend off than with some Freestyle Friday, a special stream because it's the end of the season. We're here to remember Rick, so I mean this is a good way to get things kicked off.
I'm absolutely looking forward to some more pretty fun Rocket League. We've got plenty of it in store. But before we start talking about this next game, Bears versus Knights, I do have a special little something to show you guys in chat. I know that you've most likely been waiting for it, but here you go. Let's find out the winner of the play of the week for last week. Take a look.
He's coming up, 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 he's coming up. It's there.
Look at the boomer. Prosperity up to make the play. It's going to come down to Henry. That was a bit of a double commit. The bump and the goal for Henry. He gets the assist. But my word. What? I didn't think Aticat actually hit that. It's fair to say that the Puffins have been on the offensive side of the field for most of this game, and it's likely why they're up a goal with only 30 seconds to go, as Pops wants to make a change, and he will. Carrying it up and over everybody. The ground play not working. He's going to take it in the air.
Yeah, very good patience from Pops there, and like you said, he just pops it up and carries it.
The Lightning now suddenly in a position where they could go to overtime. Good pass there from DC. Hawks with a redirect, and it goes in with 7 seconds remaining. What a shot!
Clip it, Twitch chat. That's going to be a play of the week. Tempest with the beautiful redirect.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Tempest, congratulations. What a dirty redirect that was. Congratulations. All of the prize of a case of balls will be sent to your house. Well deserved to you, sir. But now, that was the winner of last week. Will we see some play of the week contenders this week? In this upcoming game, I have a feeling we will, as it's going to be between these two wonderful teams in the Bears and Knights of the Academy League. And while their overall score, like their overall records, are pretty similar, their game-to-game records are not, which is kind of surprising. The Bears 16-14, sitting at 3-3, and then the Knights are 17-13, but they're 5-1.
Yeah, and I mean, you get that sometimes when you have teams where they get their wins, but they're really close in series score. But then other teams, they'll lose their series and lose hard, or they'll, just barely lose. But then when they win really big. But I think the big storyline here tonight is that these guys are both coming from the Academy League Amber Division, and the playoff race there is super tight. There's only 2 games separating the middle of their pack from the very top of it. And basically everyone but their last place team is still in contention for a playoff spot. So, I mean, even if one of these teams were to win out, there's no guarantees of anything that happens tonight. Every single game matters.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I both of these teams, I think the first thing on their mind is win the series. Of course, right? Win the series.
Always.
But the other thing is, if we lose the series, don't get swept. Whatever we do, don't get swept, because then we will most likely be out of the playoff race. It's such a close. The whole Amber Division, as you said, is so close.
Yeah.
That all of these games mean so much. But guys, we have the game ready to go. Let's take a quick look at the map we're going to be playing on tonight. It is Manfield, and it is beautiful. Here you go. Take a look. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, game number 1 between the Bears and the Knights of the Academy League on your Freestyle Friday. Again, this stream is dedicated to our fallen friend in Rick. May he look down upon this series. Bless the series. I hope that it goes to a full 5 games, tied 2-2. I don't know about you, Sniper, but that would make for some juicy action.
Absolutely. What a start here from Lars. He really sees an opening in that wide rotation from the Bears. And then when MCAS doesn't get that touch off the wall, he is ready to exploit that. Great placement to the back corner of the goal there, and just not enough speed from MCAS to make it in time.
So 30 seconds in, and the Knights find the first goal of the series. I feel like a broken record every week, I say. First goal of the series, so important. It gives you that early momentum, which, you know, honestly can lead to a game or two to start the series out, and there's no better way to start a series.
Yeah, absolutely. And at the same time, I like what we're seeing from the Bears early. You know, the wide rotational stance often allows you to create a lot of pressure. They just got caught out on a mechanical mistake. If they can continue to do good things rotationally, that's going to work out well for them. And at the same time, we haven't seen a lot of pressure from the Knights so far. They get that one good counter attack, but that's really all the touches that they've really been able to put on.
It is still early in game number 1. They do have a 1-goal advantage. We'll see if they can change up their offensive ways as we move forward. About a minute 30 has elapsed in this game. Can't quite find the touch. Galaxy will try to collect this one. Does eventually get cleared out. Gas down to his teammate. Winds up in Knight's corner, and Galaxy will take it from there. Over top of MCAS. Ball finds its way into the Bears' corner, and would not be surprised if we see a lot of this for most of the early parts of these games.
Yeah, I mean, at the academy level, there's such a big feeling out period because you don't know if you're going to get really mechanically gifted players whose decision making is a little lower, or if you're going to get guys who make really good decisions, but their mechanics are kind of lacking. So the feeling out becomes much more important in this level of play. And it's good to see each of these teams really respecting the other ones. Good counterattack opportunity, shot a little wide.
Another opportunity there. Good save from Lars Newt will make the play, and they are just going to continue on, moving past halfway point. Still, the Knights with a 1-goal advantage. And again, just kind of back and forth play. As you said, both of these teams trying to feel each other out. Somebody with a solid advantage thus far. I mean, we haven't really even seen a lot of offense from either of these teams. Been more of kind of a chip and chase type deal, and it hasn't really turned into anything quite yet.
There was one really good pass play from MCAS to Brokarian a couple minutes ago. Broke just wasn't able to get it turned on the angle he needed to produce a really good quality shot from it. But that kind of decision making is going to do really good things for the Bears. Oh no! Inadvised touch, and the Knights go up by 2 here. Galaxy with a great little bounce off the wall, and Brokarian needed to turn a little harder into that, get more of his car on it to actually get that turned into the corner.
And to me, honestly, watching that back in the replay, it almost looks like he was stuck in between two choices. Like, he wanted to go for it, but then at the last moment he said, oh, actually I don't want to touch this, and he ended up touching it where he, did not want to. That was back towards his own net. But unfortunate play there from the Bears. It's a 2-0 lead for the Knights in game number 1. Ball's going to go into the corner. Galaxy looking for a touch, but Brokarian will keep it out. Lars Newt trying to get over top of MCAS, a bit hard. Nothing doing for Galaxy, who will keep it in, though. The Bears need to find a way to get out of their zone. They've only got a minute left. They've got to score 2.
Yep, they've got to score 2, and getting some helpful information from the sidelines, the Bears actually need a 4-1 to clinch a playoff spot. They can make playoffs with less than that, but it's going to require some help. And the Knights, for their part, can clinch with a 3-2 win.
I think we're getting... This is what I love because we have games going on. That's a good play from MCAS. Good play.
Very good play.
Yeah, and, I mean, it's just a good... You know, the solo plays are important to get your team kind of over that hurdle to start your offense, right? I mean, if you're not clicking with one another, then the solo play is where you've got to turn to.
Yep, and I love the skill there to play that off the backboard and then try to take the read off the wall instead of going directly for the shot, because that's a tough play for a lot of academy defenders to deal with, as they feel like they have to just try and defend that first touch. So it's a good way to bait out a defensive misplay, and then he capitalizes on it perfectly. MCAS again, a great challenge in the corner, and they've tied it up with 7 seconds left.
I was almost surprised that the Bears didn't look for the downfield pass. They had an opportunity, and I can't remember which one went up for it and which one could have went down the field. They opted to turn around and get boosted. I mean, it paid dividends for them there. They caught the Knights off guard in a double commit in their own corner, and the extra boost for MCAS really helped them score that goal. Will we see yet another overtime this evening? Lars Nude laying it down. We are in overtime, game number 1 between the Bears and the Knights. And I mean, a good comeback from the Bears to force overtime even. They were down 0-2, scored the 2 final goals with only about 40 seconds to go or so. Now they've got the momentum here, Sniper.
Yeah, they've got the momentum, and it comes on 2 really good solo plays from MCAS, but that's obviously not their only trick. They had good ones before. Brokarian with a good challenge of his own on the offensive end, and that is 3 unanswered goals to put the Bears out in front and get the win in game number 1.
Yeah, just a bit of an awkward spot there from Galaxy of the Knights. Couldn't quite find his positioning for that shot from, I believe it was Brokarian, right? Yeah, Brokarian.
Yes.
With that final goal. So, my goodness, a great comeback from the Bears. Certainly a wonderful comeback from them. But that game didn't feel like it should have been a comeback for the Bears. It felt like from early on, the Bears should have kind of been in control of that game.
Yeah, the Bears had a lot of really good things going for them in the opening 2 or 3 minutes of it, but just a couple of mechanical miscues see them drop those first 2 goals. But I think they did a really good job of sticking to their style of play and taking advantage of the opportunities that the Knights gave them as that kind of waged on, and the Knights got a little frustrated at their lack of continued success on offense.
Well, we are going into game number 2. Let's see what happens if the Bears can really start to get that offense going. I have a feeling if they can start clicking a bit more on offense early in these games, it's going to be a tough series for the Knights. There's an early opportunity for Brokarian. Does get saved away. Yeah, I'm interested to see how the Knights respond in this game. I feel like they did a lot of things well, but just never felt like they were fully in control of that game.
Yeah, they didn't get a lot of consecutive touches. They played a lot of pound the ball and then wait for the Bears to respond, and then go try to challenge, wait for the Bears to respond. You want to try and get out ahead of your opponents and really force them to react to you. And the Bears did a pretty good bunch of that. We just didn't see any from the Knights.
Uh-oh, here comes Brokarian. He can't find the touch, though. A follow-up from MCAS not going to work either. Missed opportunity from the Bears to get on the board early. They still are in the attacking zone. Passing out in front. Galaxy going to clear it away. He's got the counterattack option. Is that on goal? Yes, it is. Galaxy going to score first for the Knights.
Yeah, a really aggressive challenge by MCAS just doesn't quite work out. He's too far away from that to actually win that challenge directly. He has actually a better opportunity of trying to play in front of that and just kind of blocking the clear rather than going for the touch. If he'd done that, maybe we see something different there. But a great recognition by Galaxy to see that, hey, don't boom it down the field, take this off the wall and then chase it down, which is actually how they scored their first goal in game number 1. So going back to the well, it works as long as it works.
Yeah, some teams are just extra vulnerable to those transition plays. I mean, I wouldn't even call that really a transition play. It's more like a breakaway, right? Where
Absolutely.
the defense not in position and you just have that free open goal. Transition plays to me more mean that the defense is in a decent spot, although that one's going to get past the defense from the Knights. And again, I mean, it just feels like the Knights are missing that something, right? It's just there's something that doesn't feel right to me about this play from them so far.
I think a lot of it is rotational style. They're not really working together to control the ball through good rotational stance. They're just kind of one chases it, then the other chases it. And that doesn't tend to work really well at the academy level, where these individuals don't have enough ball control to really make a lot of dangerous solo plays happen there. You have to work together as a team to succeed here, and we're just not seeing that as much from the Knights.
Well, they're in a decent position in this game. It is 1-1, 2:45 to go. Again, anybody's game, really, especially at this level. Things you don't think could happen in Academy League.
And that's why we love the Academy League. There's so much volatility. You never really know what to expect. And, you know, when you start to see these players who haven't really played at a high level most of their time really start clicking and getting it, some really wonderful Rocket League happens.
Ooh, well, MCAS clearing it away. Lars Newt almost gets the follow-up. But we remain tied at 1. Yeah, I 100% agree with you. That's kind of the... oh, man, he almost got bumped into that. That was close. It's kind of the draw of the Academy League and the Foundation League to a point where it's... Like you said, it is quite a volatile league. You know, teams starting to get that teamwork down. It can be quite exciting to watch. We have a good one on our hands right now, ladies and gentlemen. 1-1. This is game number 2. I mean, last game went into overtime. Could we see it again? Knights don't want to have that happen. They're trying to press the attack. Lars Newt's going to whiff on that one. Brokarian whiffs as well. Now it's MCAS one-on-one with Galaxy, but he doesn't control it too well. It's going to stay in the red corner for now.
And we're starting to see a little bit better controlling play from the Knights. They're following each other's hits up and trying to play some keep away from the Bears. And that's going to do really good things for them if they can get this transition. A double set of whiffs. Luckily, Lars able to clear the danger away before it gets too bad. You know, if the Knights can keep this up, they've got a lot on the line. What a demo there. MCAS still going to get the clear.
I don't think he even meant to do that. It looked like he was looking for MCAS, missed it, and turned to go back and found the other player in Brokarian, but... Well, 40 seconds to go. Still 1-1. Neither team wants to make that mistake right now. That will break this tie. I have a feeling the next goal will be the game winner. We're in that kind of territory now. It's a good demo from MCAS to free up his teammate, give Brokarian some time and space, but Galaxy will force the issue now as Lars Newt looks to make the play. MCAS. Lars Newt giving him so much room. It's going to come out in front, but Galaxy gets back. Just in time, and not a great touch from MCAS. Here comes Lars Newt. It's an open and free goal. And the Knights are going to score it. 2-1 with 6 seconds to go.
And you got to feel bad for MCAS there. He plays in a really good pass, but Brokarian too far back to do anything with it. But he still commits to that challenge anyway. And at that point, it's almost inevitable that you're going to deal with the counterattack, and the Knights just, you know, take advantage of the poor touch. And almost an opportunity there, but the Knights will be happy to get game number 2. And this is the kind of competition we expect to see from two teams that are only one game apart on the bracket and are both fighting for a playoff spot.
Yeah, so the Knights will even up the series Now, just a little bit of meta game to talk about there. So, let's say you're in. I believe it was Lars Newt who scored that last goal. I believe. Say you're
Yes.
in Lars Newt's car. You're playing as him right now. The ball, you have an open and free goal. It's going to put your team up. There's 8 seconds or so. It takes him about 4 seconds from where he is to go all the way down. Do you not delay? Do you not try to waste as much time to take as much time off the clock? Or do you score and hope that they don't get a face-off goal?
Most of the time, I'm actually going to try to delay a little bit there because, especially at this level, kickoffs are so hard to predict and so hard for these players to control. If you can take some time off the clock and, just to make the kickoff goal that much harder, even if you don't blow the whole thing down, it's going to put you in a much better position. And you see that just a whole ton in ones, but a lot of players in twos don't really think at that level of metagaming it.
Well, it paid off there. I mean, they ended up taking the game, so we, results speak for themselves, but it is an interesting question. I mean, of course, he doesn't know exactly where everybody is on the pitch either, so, fear of missing out on that goal, certainly. But either way, here we are, game number 3. It's tied 1-1 in this series. I don't think we expected anything less, but the Bears are going to get off to a quick start here.
And MCAS really baits this one out. He sees that he's not going to beat Lars to that ball, so he just waits, backs off to hide from him and let Lars make a defensive miscue with his touch there, and he's absolutely ready to pounce on it. That is really smart play here from him to put them out to the early lead. What a dunk. Easy shot. He's got it. Now they're up by 2.
MCAS showing up large in this series. You guys didn't know, MCAS, I believe, is a reserve for the Bears, and he ended up getting swapped in for this series kind of at the last minute, I believe, like, a couple hours before this game. MCAS got the nod from the Bears GM of Zaita, and paying off dividends right now for the Bears. He has really shown up in these first 3 games.
And this is really the time for a reserve player to be doing that too. We're coming to the end of the season, and GMs are going to be start looking for, okay, who do I retain next year? Who do I want to look towards in the draft? And a really good performance like this is going to do good things for him.
Oh, that was so funny to me. I'm sorry. But
yeah, I don't know why my phone decided it needed to talk to me.
I just hope you didn't order anything you don't need.
Nope.
Either way, 2-0 in favor of the Bears. 3:40 to go here. Lars Newt's going to turn around for a play away. Not going to really find anything though. Although he gets past MCAS. Can Brokarian get there? No, and a quick, almost kind of unearned goal there from the Knights yet again.
Yeah, and Galaxy actually gets a really good bump on Brokarian. That's what slows him down. It's possible if he hits enough of those pennies and really uses his flips very smartly that he might be able to get there, but that's not happening so well at this level. Brokarian, a good opportunity, doesn't get the dunk he needs.
So we're coming down to the final 3 minutes of this game, 2-1 in favor of the Bears. MCAS not going to be able to play that one. Brokarian will watch this one towards Galaxy. As now Lars Newt plays it out of his own corner. Can't find the touch. This is going to give MCAS a bit of an opportunity right out in front. Brokarian misses the ball! I almost said it's an easy goal for Brokarian. I'm kind of glad I didn't.
You mentally caster cursed him.
Oh my. And so we remain 2-1 with 2:40 to go. And you hate to think about these scenarios, but if the Knights tie this game up, you've got to come back to that, and they're just going to do it right now.
And again, it comes on the waves of a clutch bump from Galaxy. He smartly gets out of there and lets Lars deal with this shot. So he says, what can I do that's the most helpful? Be in the way of the save. He does exactly that. And the Knights now 2 unanswered goals tied up here at the halfway mark.
Galaxy towards the net. MCAS clearing it away, and we go from potentially 3-1 to tie game 2-2. Rokarian looking for the demo, and the Lars just gets away in the nick of time. Now MCAS turning. Lars gonna grab that ball through mid. Can't get, oh, does get past Rokarian, but MCAS will eventually clear it all the way back down. Turned away from the goal. Rokarian with the follow-up. Oh, just off the post. He almost sniped that top shelf.
That would have been just a beautiful piece of shotsmanship, just a tiny bit off the mark there. And Lars Newt almost putting it in himself. He gets enough of it to kick it away, though. That would have been a big momentum swing if they're able to pull that shot off.
Well, as it stands now, there's a minute 30 to go, and we're still tied at 2. Lights in the Bears. Locked in deadlock, not only in this game, but in the series. The winner of this one will have 2 match points. All important goal right now. Either team can quite find the touch to get around their opponents in mid. Rokarian gonna overshoot that one. That's gonna give Lars Newt a big opportunity. Can they put it home? No. MCAS keeping Lars Newt away with some great body blocking. It does allow his teammate in Rokarian to clear it away, and we remain tied at 2. 40 seconds to go, but as I say that, Lars Newt has another opportunity. Can't quite control the ball. And MCAS clearing it away. Can they come in on the counterattack? What is going on in this game right now? Lars Newt back. This is like the point where now Rokarian scores. And this is the point of the game where these teams start to play super defensive, and it's like the exact opposite is happening.
Yeah, I mean, the Knights will be kicking themselves for missing that empty net opportunity there. You just have to turn into that ball a little bit earlier and, you know that your teammate is going to be there. It had to be some kind of communication breakdown because it looked like Lars thought he had to do it by himself. 2 goals in short order. The Bears back up by 2. And yeah, you're right. You expect to see more defense with it so close here in the final minute, but nope, they're just going all at it.
I mean, hey, it's Academy League, Rocket League. Some of the best that Academy League has to offer here, certainly. That ball still in danger of going in the Knights net. Lars Newt keeping it away from his teammate in Galaxy, but he doesn't get punished for it. They need to score a goal in the next 4 seconds, but I don't think they're going to have enough time. Galaxy's going to clear it away. Can Lars Newt get to this? No. Not going to matter. There it is. The Bears taking game number 3, and it puts them in a prime position to take this series.
Yeah, I mean, but the series take really doesn't have to be their goal right now, because a 3-2 gives them a good shot at the playoffs. Really, they have to be playing for the 4-1 right now. The 4-1 will clinch, and so they cannot afford to let off the momentum even in the slightest. And really, the big thing I think for them, if they want to continue on, is that they started getting a little bit sloppy on defense and double committing to some very simple corner passes coming in from the Knights. If they keep doing those double commits, the Knights are going to find the connection there and really beat them up for it. Right. So clean the defense up. And if you're the Knights, keep doing the things that you were doing. Just don't be so selfish on those easy opportunities where you've got those empty nets. Look for your teammate, get the pass off, and secure those goals.
It's important to note, too, that the Knights only had 2 shots on goal. It felt like they had some of the pressure as we move now into game number 4. It felt like they had a decent amount of pressure through, probably 2-3 minutes of that game. But when you can only generate 2 total shots out of all of that pressure, you know that you got to change something on offense. Well, now are into game number 4, and the Knights are going to score early on. Double commit from the Bears. You talked about it in the break. The double commit in the corner, it's just not going to work.
I am a literal mind reader when it comes to Academy, which anybody who remembers playing against me last year should be really surprised by, because I got beat up in the Academy League last season. But that's because my mechanics are trash.
Hey man, maybe I'd like to see you on the pitch again. I don't
My playing days are over. This is a young man's game.
young man's game. I'll say, yeah, you're just that grizzled broadcaster now who's been doing it for 25 years.
Yep.
Just a young man's game. Well, these 4 young men trying to find the clinch they need for the playoffs. That's going to pop out in front. MCAS, not the greatest touch. Can Lars do make something of this? Will get a touch towards the corner, trying to get over both of defenders. Nothing happening for him. So 350, still 1 goal lead for the Knights, but the Bears on the attack now. Oh, he finds it. MCAS with another goal. And again, MCAS showing up big for the Bears.
Yep, and Galaxy actually has enough boost for this. He just doesn't quite get his jump timed out and angled exactly correctly. He kind of stalls out. He doesn't try to, to really boost into that and drive it. He was just trying to redirect, and he ends up not climbing high enough or getting the angle right. And that's a tough position. You want to be coming across the net to try to make those saves. Once you get stopped right in the middle of it, kind of just playing a guessing game sometimes, and that's a hard guess to make.
Arian pinching that. It's gonna fall down for Galaxy to take a shot. MCAS rotating back just in time to make the save. Now Lars Newt off the back wall, but Rokarian will see to this one out of his own zone to the corner for MCAS to pinch. Can he get the next touch? It's gonna come right down in front, and they score again. The Bears with the team play up 2-1.
Yep, and this is a great setup by MCAS coming all the way up over top and drawing Galaxy in. And then because of the angle that Lars Newt has, Brokarion knows this is a safe challenge for him to go up and take. And with the game tied, you kind of have to take those safe opportunities to shoot. And the pass was really good, so now they're up in front. The Bears should be pretty happy with the way they've played tonight. Other than a couple silly ones, they've really played some solid Rocket League.
Yeah, certainly they have, and they are continuing that trend. We'll see. As I say that, come on, man, come on. It just said you guys are playing solid Rocket League. Although that's a tough one for Rokarian. He's got to get up in the air early for that. You've got to read that super early. If you can't get up in time, there's no making that save.
Yeah, and really this comes from a mechanical error by MCAS in the corner. He's trying to pop that ball out as a pass for Brokarion, but he ends up just kind of letting it doink off of his roof. It's a very weak touch that doesn't go where he wants it. And then Brokarion's in a 2 versus 1. Even if, any other combination of things happens there, that's going to be really hard to defend either way.
Well, we find ourselves at 2-2. Game 3. Galaxy wants to keep the pressure on this Bears path. Oh, what a touch. Galaxy finds it over top of both defenders.
Yep, and this is another case of that defensive double commit there. Brokarian trying to make the save as MCAS is coming out of the net to make the save. They end up in each other's way, so neither of them is able to make the play. Whereas if only one of them goes, they stand a much better chance at doing something there. But they've got plenty of time to get this back under control. They have to figure out how to play more collected defense and communicate better.
Got a minute 45. Do just that. Brokarian's got an open net. He whiffs on it. MCAS couldn't find the follow-up either. Now, I hate to point it out, but I think that's the second open net so far in this series for Brokarian to miss. So with a minute 30, we still need a goal. MCAS tries to clear it away. Lars Newt, not the greatest touch. Will find it will find its way to Brokarian across the box. Can MCAS put that on? Just a bit too high for him. He had an opportunity. Couldn't quite get around the ball. So we're still 1 goal lead for the Knights. Minute to go. MCAS popping it up. Can he find the next touch? No, Galaxy makes the save, but it's not cleared out of the zone. Just off the post from Brokarian. And Galaxy will clear it away. So we're down to the final 50 seconds now. And it's still a 1-goal game.
Yep, a 1-goal game, but a lot of very risky plays from the Bears trying to get this thing tied up. If the Knights position themselves a little more soundly on defense, it's something they could really take advantage of as the Bears continue to increase their aggression.
Just trying to send us into overtime here in Game 3. As you said, they want that 4-1 victory. Galaxy trying to clear it away. Lars Newt won't be able to beat Brokarian to it, but he does get the next touch on it. It's in the corner. Still the Bears press the attack. Brokarian couldn't quite find it. MCAS. Now Galaxy with a boomer, and there's only 5 seconds to go for the Bears. They've got to get the ball out of the zone. Galaxy doesn't want that to happen, and the ball will touch. The Knights will take game number 4, and we are going to game 5, tied at 2.
Yep, tied at 2, and the Bears will be a little disappointed that they're not going to lock it up, but they're still in this. And then for the Knights, they know if they win their next game, they are booking their ticket to the playoffs. So they need to come out hard and heavy and do all the things that have been working for them. Play their good defensive style that's worked really well. Continue to be aggressive and capitalize on those double commits from the Bears. If you're the Bears, cut those double commits out, and you've almost got a sure thing here. It's a very interesting dynamic between these two teams, and really it's anyone's guess as to what's going to happen here in Game 5.
Yeah, and just we spoke earlier about how close the Amber division is for this league, Academy League. This game has so many playoff implications. I mean, you have to win this game. If you're either of these teams, there's no losing this game if you want to get in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, it's, it doesn't technically eliminate the Bears, but at the same time, you don't want to rely on, getting the help that you need in order to actually, make it in there.
Oh, no. Galaxy's got to get the first one off the kickoff. Carrion tries to go up to make the play. He just couldn't reach it. Close call there, but we are underway. Game number 5, an early goal for the Knights. Puts them on the board. I believe my co-caster unfortunately got Rocket League.
I'm still here. I just can't see the game, and I don't know why.
Wait, really? You're in the server, but you can't see the game?
I was in the server. I left. I'm gonna come back in.
I've never experienced that bug before. That's interesting. Hey, it's always something new with Rocket League. Always something new.
But I am back. There was a goal already. I've only missed 30 seconds of action so far.
Yeah, it was
and
a quick kickoff goal for the Knights, but really nothing more than that.
Yeah.
Now Galaxy tries to get it over top of MCAS. Brokarian. It's it past Galaxy, but Lars Newt is there. But, I mean, even though it was an early goal, it still puts some pressure on the Bears. You don't want to be playing from behind if you can help it.
Yeah, they didn't look super great playing from behind at the end of game number 4, and the pressure has really just intensified. If they couldn't rise to it there, they're going to struggle to do so here. I think they really need to get this momentum shifted early and go back to playing with the lead where they've looked much more comfortable.
Uh-oh, this could be dangerous. There's the demo. And another awkward positioning. It's just going to kill the Bears. We've talked about it all series long. They've looked good, but their positioning is questionable at times.
Yeah, and, Brokarion's in a pretty good spot to support MCAS if MCAS doesn't make this dribble misstep there. If he holds onto that ball or actually gets it tackled away from him, Brokarion should be able to adapt to that fairly well. But,
wow.
MCAS almost beating this, ends up making a double off the inside of the crossbar. He gets a demo on his way back there for good measure. And how about that for answering for a dribbling misstep? You come back out and just immediately score a solo effort kickoff goal.
Hey, it's got to give him and the Bears as a whole some confidence moving forward. They're still down by a goal. And the Knights are looking to press that advantage. They've got plenty of time, though, do the Bears. 3:10 is what remains in this game. Lars Newt off the side. It's going to give Brokarian a chance. He doesn't make the greatest touch. He will collect this ball, get it. It's beyond Galaxy for a bit. MCAS pinching it. He's going to go up for this one. He's going to find it. They score. And MCAS doing it all for his team right now.
Clip it. I need it on Twitter. What a read. MCAS with a beautiful pinch. And then this thing takes about 5 bounces off the wall, and he is perfectly lined up to bang it home. What a way to tie it up. And oh no, what a way to lose it.
The aggression, I don't understand. I get that you want to pinch, or I mean, you want to cheat on the play, but you can't do it like that. You gotta either fully commit or don't commit to it at all.
Yeah, there's just no good way to do this. I'm gonna swing towards the side like I'm gonna grab this front boost and then angle yourself back. That ball either has to be killed and you're coming hard straight for the center of the pitch, or you need your teammate to bounce that thing out to the corners where you can go and contest it or rotate back depending on what side it comes out on.
Well, just like that, the Bears tie it up and the Knights get their lead right back. Still a 1-goal deficit for the Bears, 2:22. All that remains in this game 5. And that's going to come right out in front. Oh no, Galaxy and Lars Newt can't find the touch. They will be able to rotate back in time. Not quite the transition the Bears would have wanted out of that. Double commit almost got the better of the Knights there.
Yeah, well, the double commit's almost getting the better of the Bears, too, as that shot was coming in. Brokarian tried to challenge it from behind and really made that hard for MCAS. I think if MCAS had got a clean challenge, maybe they aren't still playing defense here, and this goal doesn't happen. Now behind 2 with 2 minutes left, they have got to calm themselves down and stop making these easy-to-correct mistakes that continue to cost them goals.
Certainly that offensive play started with that failed clear off the back of the double commit from the Knights, and it ended up costing the Bears, who now need to score 2. Only have 1:35. That's right out in front. It almost became 3 there with that, but MCAS got to get past Lars Newt, won't be able to do it. He's going to chase Brokarian back to his own corner. He accidentally placed that right into Lars Newt as well. MCAS has to clear it away. Galaxy now try to go up the sidewall. It's a pass. Brokarian doesn't have a ton of boost. MCAS doesn't really know that though. As that's a good chip from Brokarian, and they're going to pull themselves within 1 with plenty of time to score another on the board.
Yeah, Brokarian really takes good advantage of the challenge by MCAS, so a great 1-2 from them. Because if you don't challenge that, the possibility of a ground pinch looks really disastrous with the way, you know, pinches have been happening in this game. So a good tandem play, but they've got to continue to work together if they want to get out of this, because when they don't work together, that's when they're getting scored on.
They've got 50 seconds still. They find themselves in this position, needing 1 goal to tie up the game. Galaxy gets the challenge onto MCAS. Forces Brokarian back. Galaxy gets another challenge. Lars Newt's there to make the play, but not the greatest touch. Brokarian's going to pop this up. MCAS will flick it past the defender. It's not on goal. Galaxy's there, but he doesn't get the touch. MCAS no boost out towards the mid. Brokarian up. A bit far. The Bears can't find the touch yet. They've got 25 seconds. Lars Newt with the clear towards the mid. MCAS rotating back. Try to get to this one. 20 seconds to go. They need to turn this ball out of their zone. Galaxy wants to keep it in. Good challenge by MCAS. Lars Newt is there. It's going to go right into Brokarian. He pops it up. He didn't quite get the touch on it to send it downfield. Now 5 seconds to go. Lars Newt with a touch. MCAS got to pick this ball up. It's going to go off the corner. Brokarian's gonna keep it in the air. Can MCAS do something with this? No, he bumps his teammate. It's over. The Knights take the series 3-2.
Oh, the end of this hurts so badly to watch. I mean, so many good opportunities there for them at the end, but just not the level of trust in each other, which you kind of expect to happen when you have to call in a reserve. And I think if these two had spent more time playing together that you would expect from two of the regular starters on the roster, this is probably a very winnable series for them. But on the other hand, we can't fail to talk about the elephant in the room. With their 3-2 win, the Knights have secured a playoff spot, and they're going to the big dance.
Yeah, absolutely wonderfully played series by the Knights. I know that I harped on them a little bit kind of earlier on. It seemed like they started off a bit slow in this series, but to their credit, they came back when they needed to come back. They found the offense that they were looking for, and really they didn't let the early loss to the Bears get to them, which eventually culminated in a series victory for the Knights. So yeah, congratulations to them. Look forward to them in the playoffs upcoming. Again, guys, if you are not aware, playoffs are next week. It all starts next week, and I'm so excited. We've got so much Rocket League to cover over the next 4 weeks. Well, technically next 5 weeks. I can't even imagine, but you know what? We're not done with the Rocket League for tonight or for the rest of this week. So certainly make sure you join us on the other side of the break for the Bears versus the Knights of the Champion League. But for this one, Sniper, it was a close series all the way through. And I mean, you touched on it, certainly that having a sub kind of hurt the Bears, but at the same time, MCAS came out and played fantastic every single game for the Bears.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if MCAS had known yesterday and they'd been able to get some scrims in this afternoon, I think they could come out and win that one. MCAS had a lot of quality in his play. It was just the disconnect between what Brokarian was trying to do and what he was trying to do that got them caught out a couple of times. And so then you see that players like Lars and Galaxy, who have spent more time working with each other, playing under the streamlights before, playing in earlier MLE matches, that cohesion really works out to their advantage. And so they're able to get a hard-fought win and lock up the playoff spot.
Right. Well, you know what? Congratulations to the Knights. And yeah, we've got some more fantastic Rocket League action for you on the other side of the break. Please don't go anywhere. And again, just one quick reminder that any bits or donations made to the MLE stream tonight, tomorrow, or Sunday will all be donated directly to help Rick's family in the wake of the tragedy that has happened there. So if you guys are feeling generous, please check out their GoFundMe page or donate any bits and donations directly to MLE. It will eventually find its way to that fund. So guys, we are going to take a short break. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be back with some more fantastic Rocket League action.